Disclaimer: everything that is discussed, posted is strictly for educational and historical purposes only. It does not promote nor condone illegal activities. Chen Lang, Princess, and the Dallas Show by Pat Patrick. Before I start my most recent article for the American Game Dog Times, I wanted the readers to know that the editor suggests a subject for me to write about every issue. The last couple of issues, Fat Bill wanted me to tell the stories of some dogs that I have personally owned in the past. For this issue, Fat Bill asked me to follow the careers of littermate aces Chen Lang and champion Princess to one of the best conventions in history. I will be writing about 3 great dogs I had nothing to do with in this issue of the American Game Dog Times. I just thought I would start this article with this pretext so you readers would not think I only wrote about my own dogs. I purchased Tater and Faith from Kith Allen when he got out of the dog game in 1968. Faith was a dead game bitch and a very hard-biting nose fighter. Faith's sire was Allen's Muggs, a game pit winner whose pedigree that went back to Colby bloodlines. Her dam Klaus's Connie was also a pit winner. Connie was 16th Klaus's stabber. I bred Faith to Bolio for a stud fee of 2 pups. There were 8 puppies in this litter and all 8 of them were game skillful fighters. I kept 4 of these pups: Chen Lang, Kid Blackie, Boogie and Pretty Girl. Kid Blackie was stolen from me, but I will never forget him. He was just as good as Chen Lang and champion Princess. Chen Lang was one of the best match dogs that I have ever seen. He did not bite hard, but he was very fast, skillful and strong. He fought at a very fast pace and he never slowed down. I rolled Chen Lang with some good dogs and he handled them ease. I loaned him to Don Maloney to match for his first time. Don set things up and I met with him in Oklahoma. The fight never went down as his opponent was over by 5 pounds of the specified weight of 37 pounds. I asked Don if he wanted to see Chen Lang in action. He said he only had 1 dog he could roll on him and he outweighed Chen by 6 pounds. I decided to roll him on this dog as we could pick him up at any time if Chen Lang was getting hurt. Chen Lang was in top condition and in about 10 minutes he had Don's dog down, so we stopped the roll so Don's dog would not get hurt. Later that dog went on to win several matches for Don. Don told me Chen Lang was one of the best pit dogs he had ever seen and said he would match him into any 37 pounds dog alive. My friend Roland Kincaid owned champion Princess. When she was 2 years old he turned Princess over to Bernie A.P.B.T condition and matched into L. Lewis at 39 pounds. Princess was a fast, strong and hard-biting head dog. She overwhelmed her opponent in less than 20 minutes. Roland loaned Princess to his friend Moff, who lived in West Texas at the time. Moff matched her on a Dallas convention. Don Maloney had Chen Lang matched on the same card. Roland drove from Los Angeles to Tucson and we went to Dallas together to watch our dogs fight. This convention took place almost 20 years ago, so I might have made some mistakes on the details of these matches. 5 dogs I would call aces performed on this convention. These 5 dogs in no special order were Mayfield Snake, Holt's Jeremiah, Fowler's Bad Ronnie, Chen Lang and Kincaid's Princess. I know the term ace is supposed to be used only to describe a truly great dog. If these 5 dogs were not aces, then I have never seen an ace. I only remember the fights these dogs were involved in. I will start with the dogs of lighter weight and work my way up. Bad Ronnie, 37 pounds. I don't remember who owned the dog Bad Ronnie fought into. I think it was a one-time winner going into this match. Ronnie was bred by Lou Lewis, sired by Reno, bred to champion Catfish. I think he was owned by the very successful team of Stinson and Glover at this time. This was a 37 pounds match and Ronnie's opponent weighed in at the top weight. Ronnie was a substitute for the original dog and his best weight was 34 pounds, so he gave up a few pounds. I have often heard that only a tall dog can be a really good head dog. I don't believe this is true. Ronnie was a short and stocky, making his opponent much taller than him. Ronnie stayed on the head for 30 minutes and I don't remember the other dog biting him once. After 30 minutes the fight was so one-sided that it was dull. Ronnie was in complete control on the head. His opponent tried to get to Ronnie at all times, but Ronnie was one hell of a good short head dog. I left the pit side to buy a drink from the beer stand a few yards from the pit. When I got back a minute later, Ronnie's opponent was dead and the fight was over. Ronnie had moved off the ear and into the throat and killed his opponent. The Fowlers purchased Ronnie and took him on to his championship later on. He was bad. The total time of this match was about 32 minutes. Robert Lum the Millmaker did an excellent job handling bad Ronnie. Males at 37 pounds, Chen Lang vs. Cecil Washburn, and I believe Cecil's dog would have beaten most 37-pound dogs. He held his own with Chen Lang for about 15 minutes. Chen Lang fought at usual pace of 90 miles an hour and no dog could keep up with him. The fight became one-sided and Cecil picked up his fine game dog at about 45 minutes. His dog was sired by Bullison and out of Arts Missy. Chen Lang was retired in his prime because he chewed the chain and knocked out all his hangers. Bitch at 42 pounds, Kincaid's Princess vs. the Fowler's Bitch. Princess was actually a smaller dog, as she was up against a bigger dog in this fight. Moth had her strong, but a little heavy. This was a hard-fought match between two strong, fast bitches. They swapped it out for 1 hour and 20 minutes. The Fowlers had a good bitch, but not nearly good enough to beat Princess. Princess had the edge all the way. The bitch fought the head and front legs with Princess at her best on the head. The Fowler's bitch took the count at 1 hour and 20 minutes and Princess made a rocket courtesy scratch. Princess went on to win her championship and put some really good dogs on the ground. Mayfield Snake matches at 43 pounds. I don't remember who Don matched into that day, but the dog had been matched before and lost to the 4-time winner Dolomite in nearly 2 hours. Any dog that could stay with Dolomite that long had to be pretty good. Mayfield Snake shot out of the corner and grabbed a stifle and slammed his opponent to the ground. Snake kept his opponent down and stayed in the stifle. After 12 minutes it was obvious Snake was going to keep this dog down and make a meal of his back leg. The dog's handler wisely gave up the fight to Mayfield at 12 minutes. Snake won this fight with 1 bite. Snake did not have a scratch on him after the match. It was an amazing performance. I helped Lou Lewis buy Snake from Don Mayfield. He did not do well for Lou and I do not know why. I do not blame Mayfield for this and I don't blame Lou either. These things happen. It was not the first time a dog performed well for one person and then poorly for another, and it won't be the last. Lou Lewis was a good dog man who had taken many dogs to their championship. Snake did not perform well for Lou, but Lou never mistreated Snake. I am sure of this. Don Mayfield did not offer me Snake for sale. I telephoned him and asked to buy Snake for Lou. It is not Don's fault that Snake did not work out for us. If he had kept Snake, perhaps he would have won many more fights. That day in Texas he was a hell of a dog. Holtz Jeremiah at 43 pounds. Jeremiah vs. Shadow, I think that was his opponent's name. He was a one-time winner and Jeremiah was also a one-time winner. Shadow fought defensively against Jeremiah, trying to hold him out of his chest. Jeremiah was a powerful, hard-driving chest and shoulder dog. He pushed for Shadow's chest and holding him out was like trying to hold out a freight train. When he got deep in the chest, he did plenty of damage. I think it was less than 30 minutes when Shadow's handler gave up the match to Holtz Jeremiah. I believe Jeremiah got the best in show trophy, but all 5 aces deserved a trophy. I have often wondered which dog would have won if Snake had fought Jeremiah. It would have been World War III. I would say the odds of 5 dogs performing on the same day are about 1,000 to 1. I for one am glad I was there. Roland drove from Los Angeles to Tucson and we went to Dallas together to watch our dogs fight. This convention took place almost 20 years ago, so I might have made some mistakes on the details of these matches. 5 dogs I would call aces performed on this convention. These 5 dogs in no special order were Mayfield Snake, Holtz Jeremiah, Fowler's Bad Ronnie, Chen Lang, and Kincaid's Princess. I have never used any of it on my dogs, so I will take their word for this. Patrick. Well, there you have it, folks. Chen Lang, Princess, and The Dallas Show by Pat Patrick.